Hi there, this is Ethan with Tation Automotive, and we got a fun project here today. It is a 2006 Chevy Silverado 2500 with the LBZ Duramax. This vehicle was towed in with a crank and run for 3 seconds, then dies condition. The customer said that they had replaced the fuel filter, and right after they did that, the truck just failed to run anymore. So me and another tech went ahead and started testing and just kind of bouncing around between our minds, just making sure that we're not missing over anything. So first things first, parts aren't good these days, so we went ahead and threw a brand new fuel filter in it just in case there's something weird. They had a plastic type, like a Wix filter. We went ahead and went with a Napa Gold Wix filter that's in the metal canister style. We went ahead and hit the primer and measured on our pressure gauge here. That'll hook up to the quick connector on Duramax. This is a good spot to bleed fuel. Measured all your stuff off the injection pump, and it primed up to 15 psi and held. So we knew that there wasn't any large fuel leaks anywhere. So we went ahead and cranked, and it also had about 3 to 5 inches of mercury, which indicated that there was no blockage, anywhere between the fuel tank up to the injection pump, and it wasn't building any pressure, and that indicates that the fuel return isn't plugged either. So that kind of left us stumbled, because you always got to start with what you know. So we stepped away from the fuel filter, and after a couple more cranks, we kind of noticed it didn't continue to diesel over. It's like you just shut the key off, like you literally just started the truck and turned the switch right back off. And I kid you not, it would just start, run for 3 seconds, and then boom, like somebody just killed the key. We pulled codes. There wasn't any in the powertrain. We had one for the radio antenna, and then stuff for the passenger presence system, but nothing in the body, no anti-theft codes, nothing out of the ordinary here. So we tested the ignition switch and also the anti-theft lock ring, just for giggles, just to make sure that there definitely wasn't any problems there. And the switch worked in every position and didn't seem to drop out anywhere on our multimeters or on the oscilloscope. So we had ran into another problem on a previous truck. It was like a 2004 or 5 Chevy Silverado half-ton, but they share the same body module. And there's this brown and red wire that generally breaks, that just like rubs raw and breaks under the body module. And just by coincidence, this so happened to be the problem, but instead of one wire, we have a bunch of wires. As you can see, we got what's left of a rodent and a whole bunch of broken wires, chewed through wires, everything. And we finally got the truck to start. This wonderful green wire right here, we just threw a wire in there to complete the circuit and pulled away all the wires so we didn't have a dead short anywhere in the vehicle here. Peeked over the rest of the engine bay real quick and looked under the dash and didn't find any other signs of rodent damage. But after we threw that green wire in, I mean, there should be codes for, dropped out modules, because there's wires in there that are communication wires. That green wire was a ground to the PCM, so the fact that it even started and ran for 10 seconds or 3 seconds is just amazing. But right now we've got a good start, no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and unpin any of the wires that look like they're still in good condition, but the shielding is just gone, and throw some heat shrink on all this and any of the broken wires. We're gonna go put some good solder connections in and some good heat shrink in there as well, and see if we have any other weird issues afterwards. But like I said, no codes, no weird things other than that, just no start. So if you happen to have a crank no start, maybe check under the body module fuse box.